So beautiful.
What's up? Yay! Overlays! Hey! Can I now still say that we're not a professional stream because now we have an overlay? Like,
Yes, I mean that's the only thing you need to be a
is
professional stream, right? An overlay.
I
yeah,
mean,
exactly.
we're
Check.
late.
yeah. So, anyways, yeah, we have a new
Fashionably.
overlay. We look real cute, y'all.
Yeah, dude. Man, this is awesome.
Paint us a word
So
picture,
cool.
Star Lord.
Oh,
Yeah,
sing
intro
us a
us.
song, you're the Star Lord. So, where we last left off with our intrepid crew of the Sunrise Maiden, we found ourselves watching as the party ventured through the Kabarat jungles, the wilds of Ukalam on the planet of Castrovel, after just recently experiencing a horrific plant monster that was attached to this obelisk that, after closer inspection, appeared to be a watchtower. Our party then ventured forward, made camp for the night, and had a strange encounter with a tentacled monster that shot thorns at some of the party members, which injected them with some type of poison, some type of seed. The next morning, the adventurers found a member of the cult of the Devourer dying slowly from what seems to be the same poison that had actually infected Gidget from this thorn attack. And after trying to talk to this cultist, not really getting too much information, the cultist had these larvae crawl out of its skin and slop onto the ground, just becoming this gory, disgusting mess. And this monster came out of the brush, and you can see on here the Kasaric, as it's known, with its tentacle-like mouth, was trying to grab the genetic code of the PCs and take on their form. It had snatched some from Gidget and was taking on some fur, and was slowly appearing to become Yosoki in some genetic aspects. And Brother Clerk had learned that Gidget was actually not infected with a poison, but more or less impregnated with the spores, with the weird reproduction that this creature has. This creature doesn't reproduce in the normal ways of reproduction. This creature instead infects hosts, and then the hosts carry inside of it its eggs or its spores, because this creature isn't actually a like a meat and flesh creature. It is a plant creature, as you all learned after cutting into it and witnessing that the insides of it were not blood, but a thick sap-like substance, and that instead of like flesh or like bones, it had rings, almost like a tree or a vine. And when you cut into it, it was very reminiscent of cutting through foliage. So now the party has successfully killed the Kasaric and checked the inventory of the Devourer cultist, finding a PDA with several things on it. One important thing of which you all pulled up and saw this message with a picture, and it said the satellite is being set up as we speak. And it came from what appears to be the leader of the cultists, and it had a picture of this satellite with what looks like a cultist member next to it, and a Yosoki in this like jumpsuit, this space jumpsuit. And upon closer inspection, Fidget learned that that was actually your father, the one who taught you, everything you know about mechanics and ships. And that's where we left off. What would you like to do?
Fidget's gonna swear like the worst, like not sailor swearing, but like mechanical engineer on a ship. Terrible, the worst fucking swearing you've ever heard. That is what she is gonna do at the moment.
Yo, Fidget, you like stub your toe? What's going on?
That's my dad. We need to save him.
What? This plant thing?
No.
Oh, good, dude. I was like, damn, sorry.
Video. Look. She shows everyone, and like frantically is like clearly shocked, not really processing things really well.
That's bad. So we have to rescue 2 people. Okay. We can do that. We got this.
Wait, does this video show where the dude's at?
What was that?
Does this video show where her father is at?
Not really. So it appears to be like you see background of very similar trees, but these trees have been all throughout the forest or the jungle. So you're not entirely sure, is it here? Is it where we're going? Is it possibly they're already there? Are we behind? Are we falling behind?
Yeah, too confusing.
But it does look like the jungles of Ukalam. However, it does look like it's higher up, like maybe on a mountain or up higher elevation, where it's a little bit less trees, but you can kind of see in the background there's just like jungle, like just straight jungle for a long time. But it does look like it's on like maybe a hilltop or some kind of like high elevation point.
Right. Okay. At least that's like some point of reference. Okay.
And Fidget, make a was it an engineering check?
Yohi? That's a 28.
28. Woo! All right.
I rolled a 15.
So you look at this device that's in this image, and you get the idea that this is like a communication array. So this is something that is used to not only transpond messages from like city to city. This is for like interplanetary transponding. So it looks like they're trying to set up something to send a message across the galaxy somewhere. You don't know where, because judging by the position isn't really going to tell you anything. It could be going to any amount of planets, but you do know that type of satellite array that's in the picture, it is definitely used for some type of interplanetary communication.
Okay. So they're trying to send a message to another planet, because that's what they're clearly building here. That's the question, GM. Does it look like my father is, like, he's working on this thing? That was the...
Yeah, he has like, he's very like greasy and like after any repairs or any ship maintenance that you'd seen while you were growing up. And he does have like his tool belt on, and he does have a couple tools in his hand, but he just looks down and just looks like just rugged and like doesn't really like what he's doing.
I would assume that he wasn't, like, Fidget would like guess that this wasn't voluntary work, or
precisely.
Like so they're trying to build a device that's gonna transmit a message to another planet. We don't know which planet, but some other planet. He clearly is not doing this of his own free will. So first of all, we have to save him, because first of all, that's my dad, and also it's a person in need, right? Also, if they're forcing a ship's engineer to work on something that will transmit a message throughout the galaxy. That can't be a good thing. Like, if it was going to be a good thing, they would at least have, like,
willing
not
workers.
forcing people to do it. So,
Yeah.
So
Yo.
like a death ray, bad, just
Yeah.
just in general, bad.
These
Yeah.
things tend to be bad, even in other dimensions.
I don't
Is it-
think if it would kill someone, but it would at least, like, message someone, and messages can be bad, we know that.
Didn't
If
the,
I was an evil
Words can hurt.
messaging machine, where would I be?
Well,
What is it, a clerk? Brother clerk.
the port authority said that they were dragging like a big comms thing with them, right? And I assume they probably want picking up, like collecting, because they can't go back to the port. They kidnapped a professor
right.
and
Yeah.
your father.
So, what's the likelihood we find the professor, we find your dad, do a double whammy save? Is that like possible, he reckons?
Probably yes.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Worth a shot. Right?
Yep.
Well, that's convenient at least. I give that a hell yeah. Alright. Where is the way we were going?
Can we not be in the jungle anymore? I just really don't. I don't feel good, and
Yeah, I don't like the sniper. I
And the
feel like I've said this a
sniper-
lot, but you know.
Well, we are at the Plague Warden right now. So, according to Alcuimzan's notes, the next stop is the Forsaken City, followed by the Stairs to Eternity.
Both of these sound like great
I
places.
was gonna say
I
that
can't do this.
sounds so
Bleh.
bad.
I know,
Um,
right? I can't wait.
Actually, you're not at the Plague
Oh,
Warden
that was
yet.
sarcasm.
You're actually just past the Rune Obelisk. So that was the last place. You're actually heading to the Plague Warden, which you haven't made it yet.
Great.
So the
I hope the
Plague
Plague Warden is
Warden-
nice.
Yeah, the Plague
Nice.
Warden is in Hakuim Zon's notes. It says this massive stone figure is a reclining elven form covered in weathered boils. I suspect it is an effigy that served ritual purposes, such as absorbing the illness of some great king so he might live forever. So you all haven't arrived at a giant elven statue yet.
That is a damn
Oh, sorry about it. Captain, maybe the Plague Warden could get out whatever is inside of you.
Oh, but isn't it just
If
like a
we've-
big statue?
I mean, it says here that the professor suspected it could serve a ritual purpose of removing an illness.
Oh, well.
If we find out how it works.
shame. Really classify like little infesting thingies as an illness, right?
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
the plant monster that tried to kill me? Yeah, sure. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
It's worth
No
it.
relation, by the way, guys. Just saying. Just saying. 'Cause
Are you sure?
gross.
Are you sure?
What? Look at me, and then look at him.
You asked
No,
if he was
no.
my dad, so
Well, I didn't know. I didn't see the video before you were like, "Oh, my dad. Oh my goodness."
you've seen me.
That's true. I have seen you. Okay, you know what? Fine. Maybe that was my bad. I just wanted to make sure, okay? I don't know. You like fleshy things with like.
Bills
meat.
doesn't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
Who knows? Anything can be anyone's dad. I just hope this wasn't your dad, because you seem so nice, and this thing not so nice. You know what I mean?
I don't even know what to do with that.
Elves, you do realize I wasn't born, right?
What? What do you mean you weren't born? Like someone like built you. That's like sort of being born.
Oh,
Is a
oh.
Yeah. Now we're getting
think-
into the philosophical
think-
question with
I
old
think there's a
Bell.
really interesting philosophical discussion, but maybe we should have that after A, we make sure our captain doesn't explode with some weird plant creature coming out of her, no offense, and we get Fidget's dad back. I am exercising my authority as the first mate, and I suggest that is our course of action.
Yo,
oh, there's
Don't
going to be so
asshole.
much paperwork when this is over.
Nah, fuck the paperwork.
Hey, Captain. Hell yeah.
Is that an
Oh.
official captain's orders?
Plant
No.
spores are making me angry right now.
Yeah. Reasonable. Alright, let's move it. Where's the plague
Let's
warden?
go.
You said
To the
they-
plague warden!
Point in
Where
a
is the
direction.
plague warden?
All right, let me get out my navigational tools and we'll.
Doop, doop,
Thanks,
Yeah.
Clark.
beep,
Go ahead
beep,
and make
navigate.
your navigation check, which I believe is survival,
Yes. And I
and
get
then you get
+4 from my tools.
We just
27, 31.
what the fuck?
Holy
Only-
shit.
fuck, man.
You only get the bonus from your tools if it's orienteering, which I assume this is.
Do
Well,
the other
it's-
people need
it's-
to roll for that?
Yeah, that's fine.
If
Static bonus. Wow.
I mean,
He good.
if you want to
at the
roll,
navigator.
you can, but 30. I mean, that's plenty.
Nice.
So
Skill monkey. What?
brother clerk just whips out some instruments which seem kind of odd to some of you. Fidget, you've seen some of these instruments before, but like more in like ships, like in the crew quarters and stuff where the navigator would sit, and you're not real familiar with them. And a lot of you are just looking at brother clerk fidgeting with these things and looking up into the sun and then looking over and then like looking at the tree line and measuring things and looking at the map and kind of like orienting the map a certain direction and like nope this way, no, okay. And you see brother clerk start to like draw this line and like this dotted line out and several other dotted lines of potential paths forward and like circling where this plague warden could be based on the notes. And you get a general sense of direction, and yeah, you make plenty of progress. So I'd say it's about late afternoon right now. After you all have like taken a second and discussed kind of this thing going on, and then after brother clerk navigates a little bit, you all head out in the direction of the plague warden, or the suspected direction of the plague warden. And it takes you several hours through this hot, steaming jungle. You all are getting a little uncomfortable. The sun's starting to set, and you find a good clearing to make camp for the next day. And you look up and you see that it's starting to kind of cool down, and the wind's picking up a little bit, almost as if like a front is moving in or something is happening. You're not too sure. And let me see. So yeah, so you all find this campsite. You find a clear area. We could just use this map if you want. I'll delete the Kasaric. So you all can feel free to sit around wherever you want, but you essentially run into nothing else for the rest of the day and are free to make camp for the night. Unless anybody wants to do anything, we can just stroll on through to the next morning.
Sure, as long as we like keep watch, I suppose. That's my only.
Yeah.
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 If you all just want to do who's on what shifts. I'm assuming you're gonna do like 3 shifts like before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so we don't get spooked by any.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll go last. I want to
Okay.
go to bed
Immediately.
Yeah, it's like shove rations in face, pass out.
That's fair.
He just wants to go first to just like stare at the video of her dad, or like try and figure out. Not just it's gonna probably get anywhere, but just like try and see if she can get anything out of that.
Okay. All right.
I guess I'll just
6
like go in the
months
middle.
to
so
share
that
her watch with Gidget.
With Gidget or Fidget?
Gidget. I got it right.
Good, because I never do.
I'm happy that the names are now right here on this like overlay.
Uh-huh.
'Cause, like
Yeah.
now there'll never be
Yeah.
any confusion.
What?
Also, just again say, none of us consulted the others on our names. This just happened organically. So
Yeah,
True.
it's crazy, honestly.
I had chosen my name and then I checked Discord, I think like the day after, and Hallie was just, my character name is Gidget. And I was just like, fuck.
I'm happy you stuck to your guns and you didn't change. 'Cause that's awesome.
It fits.
Yeah.
I'll take the second watch with bells then. Clark will mostly be drinking whiskey and praying, but
Right.
Oh man, I'm gonna be so bored.
And I guess Blink will take the first watch with Fidget as well. All right. So first watch. So Fidget, you said you're just going to take a moment and sit and
Yeah, look
just
at the
stare at the
recording
picture of your dad.
and like try and figure out if I can figure out more of like what he's building, or like if I can figure out like do I recognize any components, or like where he would have to get them, or
Okay.
like Sherlock Holmes this out with her minimal knowledge of anything, and just like minimal, but like
Yeah.
just see if you can get somewhere and find information.
Go ahead and make a engineering check for me. The DC will be relatively easy since you're familiar with a lot of this stuff.
If it wants me to roll, 30.
All right. So you take a second and you're looking at the picture, and Blink just kind of scoots on over, and it's like, is everything okay with? Do you think your dad's okay?
I have no clue. He might be. He's a ship's engineer, so he's like used to traveling or like being out and about. But I don't think he's like me. I don't think he's used to like forest or jungles or this.
This is a really strange place. I don't
Yeah.
really like it either. Well,
So I don't know, but like the
Well,
faster we
well-
find him, the better.
yeah, I think we'll make it in time. I don't think there's
Yeah.
anything to worry about. Whenever I find myself in like bad predicaments, I like to try and think on good memories that I've had, and maybe talk about them. Do you have any like good experiences that you've had with your father that you want to like
A lot.
share? Any particular ones that seem to like cheer you up? I don't know. That
Well-
always seems to put me in a good mood, just thinking about the good times that I've had.
Well, it was the first time he let me actually help him. Like he's let me on a couple of the ships that he's been like working on, or like where he's like done jobs. But like I remember the first time he actually let me help him and not just stand on his back watching him, but he allowed me to like assist him and like I helped him like get his tools and like making sure that like when he said like that he needed the screwdriver, I got the screwdriver. And I just remember us working together for the first time. It was just really awesome, and it was just a really good bonding experience. And then we got home, and like mom had like finished dinner, and we just talked about that and told her what we've done during the day. And I miss that, but I also and also I also remember when he found out that this other pilot had let me pilot for the first time, and he was so proud, and he was just so proud that I didn't crash, but also that I was able to actually do it. And
That's really beautiful. Well, you know that we're here for you, and we've all got your back. So
Thank you.
if there's
I never
anything
doubted that.
if there's anything that we can do to help, just let us know.
I will. Thank you.
And then Blink will just kind of like go like around the shoulder and just kind of like squeeze, and then just kind of open their book and just kind of like start flipping through the pages and just kind of start reading. And your watch just goes by, no real issue. You just are sitting there in good memories instead of getting too worried, and you're able to kind of calm yourself down. And you do get a sense with your engineering check that these components look Castrovellian, which is this planet, and they look like similar components to what you saw when you all were walking around the shops at Terhalu Point. It looks like some kind of like they had a bunch of like transponders and a lot of communications devices at certain shops, and it looks like that this is maybe one of the higher end models, kind of like the big money to where it's like, wow, you're sending stuff way off world. And it looks like that some of the components on the satellite aren't quite fixed yet, like aren't quite put into place yet. So you're not sure if maybe your dad is trying to secretly sabotage it, or if maybe the work just isn't finished yet and the person that sent the message is just trying to increase morale or something through the cult. But you do get a sense that you have some time. It's not entirely finished yet. By looking at it, you can get into the nuts and bolts of it, and you see some wires that aren't plugged in. You see some different subcomponents that you're like, well, that shouldn't go there. That doesn't make any sense. It wouldn't work. So, but that's about all you can get from that. But your watch goes by, nothing of import happens. You're able to go and wake the second shift.
Good. I go wake.
Where am I? Oh, right, shift.
So, Brother Clerk and Bells, you wake up to a nice, cooler evening in the jungles than what you've had before. You notice that there's this breeze coming through from the southeast, and it feels really good. Like you're not expecting that. After sweating all day, you're just sitting there and enjoying it. You have like a low fire going, just like a small fire, just enough to provide some light. But it's a really nice night.
Nice. I'm gonna pluck one of the like leaves out of my hair, get a stick and skewer it, and put it over the fire. And I'm gonna look to Brother Clark and be like, dude, today with that plant thing, and you were like rolling around, and you were like, Facha! And then I was like, Whoa! And then, whew, you know, that was amazing. Dude, we are such a good team. You get it from the back, I get it from the front, and we're like, yeah!
Quite. Where did you learn to that?
Huh? To that? What do you mean?
The kicking and the slicing.
I sort of just like figured it out, you know, like aboard my other ship, I sort of needed to do it, I guess.
Look, he doesn't say anything else and just like types something into his data pad.
Yeah, I don't know. How did you figure out how to like do a cool flip while you were pulling out your gun? I don't know. Did you learn like a normal dude, or did you like get it programmed?
I was trained
Right.
after we were released.
That's a very interesting choice of words there, dude. After you were released from like your, because you were saying before that you were like constructed and not like born. So like released from your home, from your construction center.
From servitude?
Oh. Wait, did you like serve as someone else's clerk before you were our clerk?
Yes.
Oh. Well, were they nice? I like to think we're nice to you.
Nice is relative. Compared to others, being a clerk is a nice designation.
Right. I guess there were like less nice designations.
Yes. Mining in acid pools and
Oh shit.
repairing ships in space. Yes, being a clerk was. I owe a lot to my people.
Seems like you've seen a lot of your people in not so good situations then.
Well, that tends to happen when you're over 100.
Hmm. So, when you were released, was this like a voluntary thing, or did you, decide to be released yourself?
There were speeches and a law. I mean, it was a long time ago. It's
Well, I feel like it was an important point in your life, and all I know is that I call you clerk, and you go like beep boop. I know everything about this whole planet. You know what I mean?
I find you very unusual, Bells.
I get that a lot, actually. But I don't know. I'm just me.
I was on World the day they gave the speech. I can remember my last day being unpaid. One day I mean, the same as a toaster or a microwave. And then the next day we were people. It was not a clean transition. Some of us had to learn to do new things.
I guess like, hmm. I don't know. What do you prefer? The being the toaster or being you? I'd like to think being you, but
I
don't you feel
quite
like
like
you have a
being
higher
free.
purpose now? Yeah.
Oh, I serve a significantly higher purpose now.
Hmm. Yeah, dude, you're friends with us. I think that's a higher purpose than being a toaster. Toaster is really good though.
He makes some kind of like hand motion, whatever the triune equivalent of like crossing yourself or whatever it would be. It's like, yes, Bells, this crew is my higher purpose.
I'm glad to hear it. Yo, you don't eat, do you?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay, cool. And I take off the little like skewer thing of like the leaf that I just sort of roasted from the top of my head, and I hand it over to you. Here, it's fresh.
Like the hip flask, just like his hand comes out back to you like a trade.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Sure.
turns his head without turning his body and like very slowly feeds it underneath the mask into his mouth.
When you eat it, it's like suspiciously good. It's almost addictively good. As soon as you finish eating it, you're like, damn, I'll get another. But like obviously there's no one instantly available to you. But like you're like so shocked that it's like, whoa, holy shit, this is amazing. Sort of sniff the little flask.
Bells, are you
Huh?
legal on all planets?
What? Yes. Like not to eat, obviously.
That was interesting.
You're welcome. This is also interesting. It smells so bad.
What?
This might just. And I hand the flask back.
You just hear him like grumble something about like it being older than you are. Like screws the lid back on, then it just disappears into his robe. There must be a pocket somewhere, but it's just gone.
Yeah. I'm just happy it didn't waste any.
Just start scanning the horizon with the sniper rifle again. Just like
Samesies.
All right, both of you make a perception check.
22 for me.
14.
So Bells, as you're like scanning around the horizon, you see off in the southeast where the wind has been coming from, you see these like little specks, and they look like pink and kind of like fluffy, and they look like clouds, like pink little fluffy clouds that are just kind of like hovering over the tree line. And it looks kind of like maybe a storm front or something. It's hard to tell from this distance, but they seem way off. But looking through your like scope, through your rifle scope, you can kind of see these like pink, like fluffy clouds just floating gently above the trees.
Yo, clerk. And I point at the clouds like, you know anything about that? So it looks like fairy floss.
Like zeroes the rifle to look at it.
Yeah, so both of you can make a life science or survival check to try and recognize what it is.
Life science or survival?
Yeah,
Survival
whichever's
My
higher.
2 worst things.
18.
I will click life science and be disappointed. Oh, 15. Okay, that's not the
Not
worst.
bad. All right, so Bells, you take a look at this, and it looks similar to like some kind of like, it looks like mold. It looks like some kind of like black mold, but it's pink. It looks like the mold that you've seen several times in like ships cabins and like ship's quarters that kind of starts to grow, that you have to like scrub out, or else the oxygen system in the ship will get really messed up, and the humanoid life forms don't really like breathing in mold, but your plant anatomy allows you to kind of filter that out. So you're just like, oh, well, that's weird. Why is mold floating around? And Clerk, you look at it, and you look at it a bit more intently and more intense, and you can kind of see that it looks like some kind of storm that's actually whipping up these molds. And you remember like reading about this in a survival, like a Dummy's Guide to Surviving Castrovel, when you were like just store shopping, you were like window shopping, and you were like, oh, this looks interesting, maybe I'll buy it. And so you just like flip through the pages a little bit, and you came across this page that was mold storms, and you were like, probably won't happen. But you do remember from that there are several types of giant fungi that populate most of Ukulam's wilds, and that once in really rare instances, all of the fungi will release their spores spontaneously and in synchronized like pattern, especially if they're growing near each other. And this will cause a small little storm front to develop because of all of these spores floating up into the air from these fungi releasing it. And then these spores then travel with this front that is created above these fungi, and it is essentially carrying off to populate more fungi on another part of Ukulam. And you remember reading that like in small quantities, these spores are harmless, but mold storms are so vast and so much of these spores that it can clog a creature's respiratory system and even take root in living tissue, breaking down the flesh and inhibiting neurological systems, kind of causing this like madness or this weird instance. And it mentioned an explorer who had went mad and actually like slaughtered one of the companions it was traveling with in the book. So you see that on the horizon. It's still a ways off. It's hard to tell exactly, but you get the idea that tomorrow it may be where you're at, or it may be where you're heading. So,
And that's gonna suck for everyone that breathes.
What? We all breathe, other than you, doofus.
Oh, I figured you would be. It doesn't matter. That's gonna be a problem.
Man, this place.
Did you all buy respirators? Was that on the list?
I think I got an umbrella. You know, because like it'll fall down on you, right? Yeah. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe we can just avoid it, but we should let everyone know.
Yeah. Maybe we'll be lucky and it won't reach here by morning, but we're definitely going to be walking into it.
Yeah, knowing our luck, it's probably gonna heat seek us. Man, there is some crazy plant life on this planet.
I mean, that is Castrovel, right? This whole place is. Ugh.
Yeah.
And Clerk, you kind of get, it starts to come back to you now after reading that Dummies Guide. You remember that you don't necessarily have to completely avoid the storm, as they are very fast. Like they do just kind of like sweep by because they're carried with the wind, and the spores are so lightweight that the wind normally can carry them across, hundreds of thousands of miles over the course of like an hour. You get the sense that if you were able to build some type of structure, or if you were able to get some temporary shelter to kind of just keep the spores away, or to keep them off or around, away from like faces and like mouths, or away from touching you, that this would probably be enough to last the storm, and then you should be fine. It should not harm you. Most of the issue is when it actually comes into direct contact with the skin or is inhaled with the respiratory system.
Ooh. If only someone had an expensive tent with filters and stuff. Okay, so yeah, covering your nose and mouth. Wearing a mask is probably going to help.
Yeah. Well, I think when there's a lot of airborne virus going on, you should definitely wear a mask. That seems like hands down, right? So.
Yeah.
Or just stay 6 feet away from it. That also.
Yeah.
That doesn't even require an intelligence check. I mean,
yeah,
that should be just common sense, right?
Knowledge. Yeah.
That's survival. I'm pretty sure.
Perfect. Excellent. just making sure, because Bells is pretty dumb, so I just want to make sure that it even occurs to him.
Even Bells knows that.
Gotcha,
yeah, obviously I should cover my face and stay 6 feet away, at least 6 feet away.
Yeah, at least. Gotcha. Excellent.
But the rest of your watch goes by relatively uneventful, besides the nice breeze, and you all are just now that you've seen it, you can't unsee the storm, so you're just kind of like very anxiously awaiting what's going to happen in the morning.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so your watch is completed and you can move on to getting the next group up.
Get the next watch. Kick him in the foot. Go back to sleep.
That same thing where Clark is just standing over someone like a statue.
Spooky.
Yeah, he'll just warn whoever it is he hands over with that, if that starts rushing towards us, it's probably going to be worth just getting in your tent, closing the zip. Just get
I'm hoping
inside.
for the best.
Hold your breath.
Got it.
That sounds like sound advice. Thank you.
Good night.
Hey.
Yep. Okay.
See you in the morning, Captain. First mate.
Yep.
Morning.
I'm gonna wait until they're gone and just look at Zix and go, I hate this planet so much.
Yeah, I have definitely seen us go to nicer places. Of like the multiple places I saw us go to, I was kind of hoping it wouldn't be that place, but yeah, that's how the cookie crumbles.
So we get through this, I want to be in a city with a lot of lights and no bugs and no plants other than bells. Like just no plants. No plants. I just concrete and lights.
I'm sure Bowser will be glad
and lasers.
He was included.
Shit like that. I just don't. I don't like
Sounds
it.
good.
Yep. And now there's a pink thing. None of this was covered in the Starfinder manual. I just want to say that out loud to make myself feel better. Yay! He's taking notes.
Concrete, lasers, shit like that.
I don't know. She just said no plants. That means entirely Waterworld. We're going.
No plants.
They're like technically no
Therefore,
plants.
No oxygen. God.
Next planet is our like water level in like those turbo
Oh,
games,
God.
so we need like
That was
amazing
gonna
Oh
suck.
my god.
And then
You're
the
gonna
whole
wish
thing
you
is a
were back on
desert.
the
That's gonna
jungle.
be-
Every 6 seconds, make a swim check. Good luck.
Oh, fuck.
Make a breathing
Jungle
check.
was bad.
Yeah.
I don't breathe. I'll just walk along the bottom. Go Pirates of the Caribbean.
Zix, can you make a mysticism check for me while you were sleeping
Yeah.
to see what you
Uh,
dreamed?
Oh my god. Okay.
To see if you dreamed a dream
Where
that
is
would
it?
be dreams.
28.
Ooh. All right.
We high rolling.
Yeah, you're high rolling in the RP, and then the combat comes around, and
Yeah,
woo!
we suck. Yep.
There's them death saves. Ooh, a 1. All right. So Zix, while you were sleeping, you get this image. You awaken, and you are surrounded. The trees have now changed. The forest around, the jungle around you has changed. Everything are in these bright pastel colors. It's almost as if it's like a candy land. You see these trees have like these big cotton balls on them, these big fluffy cotton balls just growing from them, and they're pink. They're this bright pastel pink, and the trees' trunks are white, and the grass around you is all this magnificent purple, almost similar to like your fur. It's like a lighter version of your fur, and it's really bright and really vibrant. And you see this beacon out a long, like a pretty far way away, and it's coming from like the tip of a finger that's kind of like pointing upwards towards the sky. And you see that it's got this like outstretched hand and this one finger that's like pointing upwards. This beacon is coming off the top of it, and then your view kind of shifts for a second. So these pink fluffy clouds, or these pink fluffy cotton balls, are still all over the trees, but then your mind shifts, and all of a sudden you see this figure, this giant statue, covered in these disgusting blisters, and the skin just like peeling off. It looks diseased, and like the eyes are vacant. There are no eyes in it, but it's a statue, but it looks so realistic. Like you are thinking that this statue is going to stand up at any second or screech out this horrible agonizing scream from all of the blisters and things that are plaguing its body. And then atop the hand, you see this bright flash of light, and you hear something whiz by your face. And then you look around and you see your comrades just lying dead around you.
Oh
and
God.
and you see that all of them have bullet holes, either in their head, in their chest, somewhere. And then you look up into the sky and you see these like tentacles, these blue, really bright blue tentacles, just like stretching out with what looks like spider webs in between them. It's almost like a marionette. And these tentacles, the webs that are attached to these tentacles that are floating maybe 50, 60 feet up in the air, are pulling your comrades up and down as if they're still alive. And they're like getting back up. And you hear them like talking amongst each other, but it's gibberish to you. You have no idea what's going on. You can't understand what they're saying. It's kind of like these muffled tones. It's like, it's really racking your brain. And then your mind shifts again, and you're inside of this room, this stone room, and there's a pool inside. And in the pool, you see your comrades are avoiding the pool, like walking around it. And as they walk around it, their flesh just starts to slop off of their face as they walk around this pool. Their skin just starts to decay. Even Clerk, you see that what looks like parts of the mask start to crack and just slowly like crumble apart. And then you see pieces of the metallic like structure of Clerk start to just like crumble and wither away. And you see Bells as he passes, and you see parts of his body just start to dry up and become this really brown color, almost like very not like what you're used to. And you look around and you're starting to get decay too. And you see yourself walking forward out of no will of your own. You're just walking forward, and you walk into the pool, and then it seems like it's fine. Your decaying flesh almost magically starts to like float back up in these little droplets of this flesh substance, and patches of your fur float back up into the air and like reattach to where they've fallen off, and you're fine. But your comrades continue down this hallway and up this staircase, and you lose sight of them, but you're not sure what that is, what this means. This is strange. What type of reality is that?
Oh boy.
And then you feel Bells kicking your foot, and you wake up,
Ah.
and it's your watch, and Gidget is complaining about the jungle planet, that the Star Master definitely didn't think things through, that you'd be stuck on a jungle planet for so damn long. But I'll buy it anyway.
Curse you, mysterious entity known to me only as the Star Master.
Third
One day I
watch.
will find you.
I will find you, and I will kill you.
Okay. I sit down next to Gidget at the fire. I reach into my pouch and I take out some dried leaves. They're Bell's leaves. And I'm going to make like a nice tea out of a nice calming tea. I'm gonna like take out a little pot and like brew them over the fire. And I'm gonna hand a cup to Gidget. There you go. It's good for the nerves.
What's it made out of?
Bells.
I'm sorry. Just back up there for just a second. Did you just say bells?
Yeah.
Like
See, I
not
have
little
pouch
like
it.
ding-a-ling-a-ling peely bells, but
Oh.
like bells, like our bells. Knifey,
Yeah, but why would...
knifey tree stick man.
Yeah, I don't think you could make a tea out of like bells. They're like metal.
I don't know.
That would be like trying to make a tea out of Brother Cluck. Man, I just haven't asked him yet.
I mean, you should. I think you should, because he'll give you that look that you can't
Fair
see,
enough.
but you can hear it. Because it's behind the mask and you can just hear the consternation, even though he doesn't say anything. You can hear the look. Anyways, this is.
It's true. I hear a lot of looks.
Did you get consent for these?
Oh, yeah. I was awesome. We were back at the academy. Bells and I were roommates. Like, when we had, like, long study sessions, we would always get some of his leaves and make tea.
I have so many questions. You know what? I'm gonna shut up and just drink it. Okay, I'm gonna drink it now. This is weird. And I'll drink it and then just kind of stare at the clouds the clerk pointed out to us and go, so, you're the first mate. We need to prepare for a bad.
Yeah.
There's a whole ritual,
that,
I guess, that you have to do, but we may not have time. So let me just put it this way. Basically, if I die, you have to make sure you get everybody out. I mean, that becomes your job.
Okay.
I know it's not the most, like, happy conversation, but I tend to be a realist, and the reality is that I am not the most hardy of creatures, and if I kick it, tell Bells he can turn me into fertilizer, and you all need to get off the planet. Just don't let Clerk do science experiments on my body, please.
Okay. No science. Oh gosh.
You can write it down. Do you want me to write it down?
Okay. I'll write it down. I take out like a little journal in which I record all of my horrible dreams, and I like write more stuff in it. And I'm like, no, God.
Okay.
Would you like us to like take your body with us? Is there like
if you
sort of
can, but only if it doesn't
burial
pose
ritual?
a threat.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because if I'm exploded,
Yes, because of like.
if I'm exploded, I'm just gonna be guts, and I'm not gonna be helpful. And I really don't want you to send my guts back to my family. Q would never forgive me.
Where does your
and
family
speaking
live?
of, and I'll give Zix the letter. Just send that to, you can data pad it, whatever. But Q always wrote me letters. So you can just send it to him.
Okay. Is he your brother?
Yeah.
Sister?
Yeah. Keen, but I call him Q.
Oh, okay.
So.
Well, where does your family live?
This little out of the middle of nowhere planet. It's a dust town basically, but most of them are there. A couple of them left when they had kids and stuff, but most, I think, wait, hold no, she left. So 10 of my siblings are still there with my parents. The other 4 have left. Isoki's.
What are those who have left are doing?
Um.
Yeah, that's okay. Skittermanders do.
Yeah. One's a teacher.
Maybe not as big.
One's in politics. A couple are farmers. Nothing exciting. We're just kind of there. I was the only one who... left, and then the book thing happened. I don't know.
Would Ziggs know about the book thing? As in, I'm just asking if Gidget is like really famous. Would Ziggs have heard of the book?
Yeah,
something like that before.
Yeah, it's like a New York bestseller, essentially. So Gidget is
okay.
like a bestseller author, and I don't know, Gidget, if you went by a pen name, if you had a pen name, or if you just went by your actual name for your book.
I was not that smart in my youth, so I
Okay.
definitely used my
That's what
own
I.
name.
Okay. So yeah, you've definitely heard it's kind of like any mainstream author. That Gidget made or wrote a book. I don't know if Zix would have read it or not. But
Probably not.
you do know that Gidget is a famous author, and that
Okay.
very very widespread popularity throughout the system.
What is the book about? I'm sorry, I haven't read it at the back
Oh.
at the academy. I mostly only just read like ancient like magic texts and stuff like that.
Don't read it. It's trash. Um,
Oh,
it's complete trash. I, in my younger days, wanted just everyone to succeed and get along and be. It's trash. It's complete utter tripe. Um, but there was this book a very very long time ago. Very long time ago, called The Secret. And I had read that and got really inspired by it and thought, oh, I can totally write something to make people optimize their lives and make peace with people. But that was my thing. Like, The Secret is bullshit too. But my thing was like, everyone be happy and solve your conflicts and go through life on happy little fluffy. It's.
I mean, it sounds nice. It's not really what I've seen
Yeah.
in my dreams and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, it would be nice.
It's the idealism of a young woman who hadn't left her home planet, and for some reason it resonated with people, and I wish I had never written it.
Oh, even when people liked it?
Yeah, because I sold them a lie, and I made a bunch of money off of a lie, and then I used that money to help my family, which is good, but I sold a lie. I sold an ideal version of a galaxy, and now I'm here, and this is why I'm not freaking out about the whole potential dying thing, because this is real. Like, this is a bummer, but it's real. Instead of, just solve your conflicts and be everything's fine. Blech. No. I hate it. I hate it so much. I'm sorry. I'm just unleashing on you. That's not fair.
No, that's fine. I much prefer you unleashing on me in that way and not in the, horrifying exploding gut way. I hope it stays that way. You can unleash on me all you want, as long as it's just words and stuff.
I don't know. I mean, I feel okay. If I hadn't seen it actually happen with my own two eyes and like take my fucking fur and stuff, I probably wouldn't believe it, but I also watched Brother Clerk pull a giant thorn out of my arm, so these bugs.
Yeah. It was very hostile here. It's pretty much like kill or be killed, sort of.
Yeah. That's the other thing too. It really bothers me because I'm not very useful.
I don't know. You're a leader. I think that's plenty useful. Without you, we just not really have any idea what to do.
Do you want to be captain?
I think you're really good at that. Oh, what? God, no.
Why don't you try it for a little bit?
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna point at Gidget and say, "Don't be all right. That's an order from your captain." Did work.
Aye, Captain. See, it worked. Now you're captain.
Oh.
That's how you transfer power.
I may like have. I may have weird visions and I see some crazy shit, but I'm kind of feeling you're bullshitting me right now. No, I think you're much better at this than me. I don't know. I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to do really as first mate. I guess I'll just try to keep people's morale up, sort of. But at the same time, I'm having weird things happening. So, I don't know. Maybe I should have made Val's first mate. He's really good at just saying like random shit. Like,
Oh no! Wait. Oh, there's okay. Sorry, you went robot there for a
wait, is
second.
my internet gone? Oh, yeah. Oh God, what was the last thing I said?
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest.
Okay. Well, the last thing Six said, she was like, why? It was sort of like, why did you make me like first mate? And she was like, maybe Bells would have been a better choice for first mate because he says a lot of random shit and like it doesn't make a lot of sense, but it usually makes people feel better.
Nah, here's the thing.
I mean,
the first mate has to make the hard calls when the captain can't or won't. And don't tell Brother Clerk I said this, but he scares the shit out of me. And then Fidget automatically was like, nope, don't want any part of that chain of command. And I don't know how to read bells. So weird, like I don't, it's not weird, but you make more sense to me than everyone else does. And you're very honest. I mean, Bells is honest too, but I just drank Bells. I can't do this right now. This is such a weird conversation to have.
If it makes you feel better, I think Bells hides more secrets than he lets on.
Oh yeah, he's got a dirty past. There's some dirt. There's some bad dirty there. I don't know. I feel weird. This whole thing is weird. I just don't want to be on this planet anymore, and I'm gonna start building trash. Do we have to build a trash barricade? Can I build a trash barricade for the mold?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Let's do that.
How long does your barricade last? Does it have like a duration?
No idea. Yeah.
Or is it just permanent trash?
Permanent trash barricade. Move action. It lasts for 1d4 rounds. Okay. Not very long.
So, yeah. So that's a matter of, the maximum of almost 30 seconds.
Woo!
So
I'll just keep on building it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. It just I'm having a crisis of faith, I think, right now.
Fine, just
Maybe I should. Right. Maybe I should talk with Brother Clerk about that. I've never been really good with like faith and religion.
Oh no, not religion. I don't believe in that.
Oh, good.
No, more just like because I lived with the idea of who I was, of who I constructed, and who other people built and assumed who I was, and now I'm like, no, I'm not an author. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm gonna go be a Starfinder. And really, I'm just a little Yosoki who wanted to see some cool planets. And I like the crew, hate the planet. And I'm gonna feel real bad if something happens to anyone.
I mean, okay, two things on that. Okay. First, I mean, this plan really sucks ass. No, like, debate there. But if you want to be a Starfinder to, do your own thing and see things that others don't see, then I guess you came to the right place. Like, I'm pretty sure not a lot of people have seen the shit that we have seen. So it's not good, but it's pretty unique. I'm sure not many Yosoki have come here before.
That is true. That is very, very true. I didn't really think of it that way. Okay. Well, hopefully
So
tomorrow we can, cuz like, I mean, the big thing right now is to go find Fidget's dad.
Yeah. And heal you. Very important too. As your first mate, I won't let you forget that.
I mean, yes, but I'm not going to do that if the choice comes down to save Fidget's dad or fix me. Fidget's dad is priority.
That is very noble of you.
No, it's just real.
Hmm.
I don't know about noble.
Hmm.
That's not.
Well, I know a lot of people would have not made that choice. Usually it's more a person's instinct to look out for themselves first. Which isn't like wrong. That's just basic survival.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
But
I don't know. It's Fidget's dad, and I get the feeling that Fidget's had some, she's close with her dad, and it's so strange that we have parent drama and with the same person. And
I had like the weirdest vision recently. Like, I feel like in a different dimension we were also trying to save like Fidget's parents. It was strange.
But Fidget didn't have fur.
That's how like shifting dimension works. Yeah.
Fidget didn't have fur,
Right?
but was still small.
But she was still really smart with like
and really
stuff.
smart. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And reads lots of books. Totally. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Funny how these things sometimes
Fidget doesn't read a lot of books. That's the difference.
Ava reads a lot of books. I'm trying to make it fit. Help me out here. Throw me a bone. Come on.
Yeah, I didn't see Ava in that vision. I just saw like some weird, big, furry, annoying cat thing. Anyway, maybe that was that Fidget versus a pet or something.
The streams are crossing. Oh God.
Anyway, I had another point to it. Okay, yeah. So cool planet, seeing these new things, treading where no Yosoki has tread before. That's like the good news part. The other part isn't bad news yet. That's important.
Yet.
Because I had another dream and I saw a lot of stuff. I take out my little journal book again. I wrote it all down the best I could remember. So, okay, I try to interpret my dreams the best I can. Let me take a crack at this one. I think first I get really fucked up and high on something because I just saw like these pink cotton ball trees and like we were in a really nice place. Everyone was pink and purple and it just looked great. But honestly, I don't think this is gonna be a thing. I think it was like an illusion or like something.
Okay.
And then I saw a kind of light coming from a pointed finger, sort of guiding us.
I've heard that story before.
I
Okay.
saw what I assume is the statue we're going toward, the like plague warden. It looks pretty bad, really diseased, kind of gross. Probably shouldn't touch. It's part of the ritual. Maybe it's a good thing because maybe we can transfer like diseases into it. Maybe that's its job. Then there was a flash of bright light from like the finger, and then everyone was dead around me with bullet holes. So
More bullets.
So that's bad.
That's
So when we come to the warden, we should be really careful.
Okay.
And
I mean, the last time was a
beware
stampede.
bright
so-
lights. Right. And yeah, and we avoided being shot there. So
Yeah,
that's
but we
good.
almost also got
then there were-
squished.
yeah, that's true.
So.
But we didn't. which is important.
True.
Okay, then I saw blue tentacles and some sort of spider web, and you guys were all being controlled by it like puppets. So that's bad. I realized maybe I should just like. I'm not sure if I should keep sharing these dreams. They're really bad. I feel like I've just become kind of jaded to them. Nah, that's a lie. They still suck. Okay, this is very important. I feel like this is the very important thing I saw in my dream, which will be really useful for us in like real life, other than freaking everyone out. When we like ascend the staircase, like the stairs of eternity thing, it says in the notes, there will be a pool of like water, and we should not go around it, but walk into the waters of the pool. Because when everyone was going around it, everyone's skin or metal or plant matter just started falling off their faces. And if that starts happening, if we go into the pool, we'll be fine. I'm pretty sure on that one. So once we make it there, I think that's very important.
So light finger means bullets.
Yeah.
Pool means good. Walk around pool means bad. Everyone melts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Indiana Jones style.
Avoid blue tentacles.
Well, that's just a rule in general. And then...
I mean, unless you're into it. I'm not judging, but in this scenario, we should avoid the blue tentacles.
Everyone's got their thing, man. And then... okay, so... Right. It would be nice if we would see some candy-colored trees. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, man, if they were real, then that would be very nice.
That would be pretty cool. That also means that we probably went into another dimension. So, yeah.
I have just a quick Star-Lord question. When I saw the light flash and then whiz by my face and bullets and everyone dead, was the light coming from the statue? Like from the finger of the statue?
It looked like it was coming from around. It's hard to tell because the flash was so bright, but it looks like it came from that hand, from the outstretched hand.
Okay,
so,
that hand belonged to the statue.
Yeah,
the deceased one. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So it's a bad
okay.
hand.
Yeah. Yes. So we need to be careful. There's something about the statue, something coming out of its hand, presumably.
Probably
like
our sniper.
Right. We don't know about that. So yeah.
So bad. Okay.
So when we approach the statue, we should take cover and be.
Okay. Oh, robot.
Careful. No.
So statue means careful. Got it.
Am I?
You're okay.
Yeah.
And my cat is like running. Is Derby running in the hallway right now? I don't know what's going on.
Right. So.
Okay.
As you all like continue to converse, you kind of converse through the rest of your watch. Nothing really eventful happens. You see the pink clouds kind of start to get closer and closer. And then morning comes, you see the sun start to peek over the horizon, and you think, oh, it's probably about time that we should start waking up the others and start, getting ready for whatever's happening next. And we're going to go ahead and take a break.
Yeah.
Quick little 15-minute break.
Yeah.
And we'll be right back to see how this mold storm is going to work out for y'all.
Oh, Lordy.
Yay!
I'm sure it'll be great.
It'll be great.
Everyone loves mold storms.
That's just, I don't know. I don't like any of this. Yeah, so we'll switch to intermission and we'll be right back.
Yeah. Back to the
Yeah.
past samurai.
All
All
Jack.
right,
Watcha!
here we go.
Bow, 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 bow.
Fucking love that show.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
I'm so happy they finish it off.
I know. So, welcome back, everybody. Back
our
to the
show.
past or future. We don't
Oh,
know.
God.
So where we left off, you all had taken a rest, so you can regen your health points, everything back up to full, your stamina points back up to full. Gidget, I will need you to make your
Oh,
cure
God.
save for your poison. Let's see.
Oh, God.
Let's see how the track goes. Let me just pull that up real quick.
Okay.
Make sure that I kill you. I mean, that you save
What?
properly.
Nope, it's fair.
Don't die. Don't
Well,
turn into a
the thing
plant.
is, it's a fortitude save, correct?
That's what I'm about to check. I'm making sure.
God.
I don't
Think
want to
so?
tell you the wrong thing. Yes, it is a fortitude save.
which I am not good at. So,
And it is on the physical track.
Who is?
And I believe that you made your save last time, right? Because somebody used a medical kit
yes.
to assist. Yeah,
Yep.
Fidget
Yes.
used a medical kit to assist.
And I will
Can
do
we
that again if I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, cool.
Okay. I also have a reroll of a d20 if I need it. So,
What are you talking? What is this reroll?
Uh-huh. Oh god, I don't want to do this. Oh my god. Okay. I'm rolling physical dice because roll 20 just fucks everything up.
Yeah, and I believe that with the medical check, you get a +4.
Should I roll for it or?
Yeah. Roll your medicine check, and we'll see.
Yeah.
You want me to wait to do mine until she makes hers?
Yeah, just to see if you add
Okay.
or not.
19?
19. Okay. Yeah. So go ahead and add 4 to
Add
your.
4. Okay.
I think that's how it works. I'm trying to look it up, but I don't.
I know there's so many
You can go.
rules.
Yeah, you can go
Okay.
ahead and roll. I'm pretty sure that's how it
Natural
works.
20.
Ooh, nice.
All right.
Nice.
I cannot believe that rolled that. Holy shit.
Yeah, so
Nice.
treat disease. This takes 10 minutes, requires a medical kit. Every time the diseased creature attempts a saving throw, you succeed, they receive a +4. So you get a +4, but you got a natural 20 on it. Holy fuck. So, and you were just latent with the disease, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before. Okay, let me check the cure track for this disease. All right. So, Gidget and Fidget, you all start out in the morning. Yosoki, stick together, y'all are Fidget, as you're kind of working through, you're looking at the wound, and it looks like it's getting a little bit better. It's kind of odd, like you've never really seen anything like this, judging by interplanetary travel, and most of the planets you've been to aren't jungle hellscapes. They're mostly cities with streets and running water and toilets, so you don't have to shit in the bushes. So you're like, okay, well, that's weird. That's really nice. And then Gidget, just out of you start to think ahead, and you're thinking like, well, what if I do die? That's okay. I can die. I'm fine with that. I'm okay. I know that the world isn't perfect. These kind of things happen. I'm tired of trying to accept the world as a perfect place, or it's ever going to be this beautiful, blossoming utopia, or the universe is ever going to be this beautiful, blossoming utopia. Conflict exists for a reason. And just as you start thinking that, you remember some of the last letters that you and Q shared. And you remember that Q was heading off to kind of find their calling as well. And you remember feeling proud and also anxious, as if you have to look out for them even though you're not there with them anymore. It's kind of like that sibling guardian relationship. You get this feeling wash over you that I can't die yet. I have to make sure that everything's okay. don't want to die yet. And you just like feel this overwhelming willpower like come over you that's like, I have to make sure that at least Q's okay. You know, the rest of the civilization, whatever, bad shit happens. But if Q's okay, and I can guarantee that safety, I can guarantee myself as well. Maybe I don't have to die for nothing. Maybe I can live for something instead of dying for nothing. And throughout this just like shrug of willpower, you feel this really weird burning sensation throughout your body, as it feels like the antibodies in your system throughout the night had purged whatever these spores were entirely from your body. So with a natural 20, you make the cure of 2 successful saves in a row. So I'm giving you 2 successful saves from a natural 20 on your roll. So you are no longer afflicted of the Kasaric poison or the carrion spores. You're no longer afflicted.
Hell yeah.
And you are feeling healthy and ready to go in the morning. The rest of you wake up and you see Gidget being treated by Fidget, and you start to hear, getting really close now, a thundering sound and the wind really picking up. Like, it is a lot windier than it was the day before. And you hear the Kalkarikis in the trees start to like yap and yipping, and you see them just like bolt up like 100 feet in the air and like wrap themselves in these giant flowers. They're just like wrapping themselves in the petals of these giant flowers, taking cover, and they're just disappearing from your view up in the canopy. What are you all doing?
Probably take a cue from the fucking monkeys.
Yeah, we should do the same. I look for those same flowers that they're ripping leaves off, and like with my 6 arms rip off as many as I can and hand them out to everyone to like wrap themselves in as well.
Okay.
Or like at least cover the face.
Those flowers are about 50 to 80 feet up in the air. So...
Damn it! Do I have a spell for that?
Yeah.
Probably not.
So they're relatively high. Now you can find, you can see some on the ground. Like you can see like there are branches on the ground, there are vines on the ground. There's enough around that you can like scrap together and work together to kind of make a makeshift shelter if you'd like to try that, or if you want to try and like brave it, or if you want to try to do something else, it's entirely up to you all.
I think what we ought to do is take the tents into the most secluded, covered area possible and then reinforce the tents.
With the leaves.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
And a bunch of us can do that. I'm just gonna go over to Zix and go, you helped, Fidget helped, the other 2 here helped, and I'll give Zix a kiss on the forehead and go, I'm not dead, and we're not gonna die now, and I'm just gonna start grabbing foliage.
Jesus.
All right.
I smile and I run around gathering up as many leaves as I can with all of my 6 arms. I'm the gatherer.
All right, go ahead and make a athletics check to see how much stuff you can actually get and carry to the place.
But please consider my 6 arms. They're like clearly a bonus to this, right?
Yeah. I'll give you advantage. I'll give you advantage on the roll.
Ooh, advantage.
Well, 8.
8. All right. So that's, still, you're also small of stature, so you're not capable of carrying too much.
Bells, help me! You're big. Gather more stuff. I'm small. These leaves are heavy. Quick.
These leaves are heavy?
So Zix starts grabbing some of these giant...
I'm small, man.
These giant petals and some sticks and random clumps of like this weird orange fungus that you like break off and kind of like it's very sturdy for a fungi, and you break it off and it's almost as hard as like concrete, which is really weird, and not too heavy. But you're able to get quite a lot of materials, and you bring it back over to the camp. What are the rest of you doing?
So I'll try and put something together. Like they're bringing the materials. I'll try and actually build the.
I'll help with that.
Okay. So
Fidget will too.
okay. So anybody who's going to assist with that, make a. So who is the main person that's going to be building it? Or do you all just want to build it separately, or do Because if you want, some of you can assist and try and give a bonus to somebody. It's going to be a survival check to see if you can build like
I'll assist.
I'll build it.
I'll
Okay.
assist.
I think there's no reason not to assist, so yeah, I'm happy to assist. Is it all athletics?
No, it's survival.
Yeah,
This will be
survival
survival
to
for
build.
building it. But for carrying the
Building.
stuff over, that's more athletics because you're trying to like strongman as much over as you can as quick as possible.
I don't know how to survive. I got a 4.
So go ahead
20.
go ahead and roll your survival checks if you're assisting.
That is a not great 12.
12. Okay, so that's 2 successes, so you get +4 to your roll, clerk.
Okay. So 23 total.
23. All right. Let me see.
I really hope that's good enough, or we're in deep.
Okay. All right. So you put together this makeshift, like, not really a dome, but more along the lines of like a sort of like a pyramid, like those stick structures that you see out in the woods just randomly, and you're like, whoa, who the fuck built that? That's kind of creepy. But it's like the stick structures, and you use the petals to kind of like create this blockade, this like barrier, almost like a canvas barrier for it, kind of like a tent. And you make it wide enough that all 6 of you can fit underneath it. And then you use the mushroom pieces to kind of like anchor it down so that the wind won't blow off the petals. And with the 23, is it 23 or 24?
23.
23.
Oh, yeah.
With a 23, you get it sturdy and completed. And as you get it completed, this mold storm is starting to rush in, and you're starting to see these pink tufts start to float in and start to like land on the ground around you.
Nope. In.
All right, so as you all just bolt inside one after another, and then you kind of take this big petal, scoot it over, and then you just line it with a bunch of the mushroom pieces and kind of lean against it. And as you're leaning against it, like, you hear this horrible like wind just howling on the outside, and you wait and you wait, and you feel it kind of battering against the door a little bit. You see the petals kind of shake, and you see a couple pink tufts kind of float in a little bit, but you all kind of avoid it. And all right, so with this, everybody make a fortitude save. But since you succeeded at building the survival like check, you get a bonus.
I do like getting bonuses. Ugh, fortitude.
All right, yeah, go ahead and make the checks to see.
But
I'm gonna use my reroll on that.
Nice.
I'm assuming
I got
this
20
is
on my
bad.
fortitude.
I'm assuming this is bad if you breathe it in, right?
Better.
Yeah.
Then,
It's an inhaled poison
Okay.
or
yeah,
disease. So if you're not affected by inhaled poisons, then you don't have to make the save.
I don't breathe.
Oh,
have fun.
I don't breathe.
I don't breathe. That is helpful.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I get a +4 bonus to it from my protective fur. You gain +4 circumstance bonus to fortitude saves made to avoid contracting contact diseases and poisons.
Yeah.
That would apply here, correct?
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hell yeah.
Because
good, because my
it is a
fortitude...
disease.
Okay, but my fortitude is bad. It's a 10! Yay! Oh, wait, what do I get a bonus from the 10 too?
Yeah, so from the tent, let me see what the bonus is real quick. So the bonus, you'll get a +6 to the bonus
Ooh, damn.
Nice.
since you got a good survival roll.
Big
Okay.
numbers.
16 then.
So did anybody? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, 19.
19. Okay. Gidget.
26.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. All right. So you all successfully brace through the mold storm, and this takes a couple hours to go by.
Ooh.
So that's why you're still having to make this save, because it's not going away. This seems like one of the bigger mold storms. And Brother Clerk, you remember after reading that it varies the timing of the mold storm and how long it takes with how many fungi actually pop their spores all at the same time. So you're thinking this must have been a really big forest of fungi that all just happened to be all right, spore time.
I guess it makes sense, right? We're not near the edge of the jungle. We're in the middle of this thing.
Yeah, you all have traveled about 7 days. This will be your 7th day here.
Yes.
Yeah, this will be your
sounds-
7th day of travel. So yeah, you all are 7 days deep into the jungle, and after all of your successful orientation checks, you are really far into the jungle. You are deep in it. But several hours go by, and you see a couple of these spores are still kind of seeping through, but they're not really, touching anybody. And after all this is said and done, the wind kind of dies down, and you get a sense that, okay, everything should be fine for now. The wind is still a little breezy, but it's not as bad, and there's not really any more tufts kind of floating around from what you can see. So as you crack open the door and you all kind of pop your head out like Scooby-Doo style, one on top of each other looking out, you see that the mold storm leaves the landscape coated with these fluffy pink spores like snow. It's like a dusting of snow across the ground, and in some parts it's almost waist high. There are these waist-high drifts as the wind continues to blow through the forest. However, it seems as though these spores quickly lose their harmful potential. Oh, belly rubs. These spores lose their hazardous potential once the mold storm has passed. So after they kind of land for a second, as long as they're not directly inhaled while still in the air, they are kind of, no longer hazardous. So you just look out and you see just pink spores all over the ground, some of them up to waist high, and you all successfully survived the mold storm.
Who's waste?
Yeah.
Who's waste?
Yeah.
So
Because there's a real problem.
yeah, I was going to say it's probably humanoid waste, which would be almost shoulder height for some of you shorter classes or some of you shorter races.
Yay.
Yeah, so some of you are just
shorter races. All of us, all of us except Brother Clerk.
Except for
brother Clerk and Bells.
And
yeah,
Blink.
Blink. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
The rest of us. That's why I said you could put Fidget, Gidget, and Zix, three
in a trench coat.
In a trench coat. Yep.
Yeah.
Please, can we have a trench coat adventure?
Can.
I'm sure there will be a point where it becomes absolutely necessary.
It becomes vital that we do that, yeah.
The problem is, Fidget should not be at the top because Fidget can't talk. She shouldn't be at the bottom because her strength modifier is 0.
Okay.
So yeah, she can be in the middle. That's fine.
It'll be alright. So, Zix, this
He has
is
good
your
balance, I'm sure.
pastel trees from your vision.
Nice. We didn't get high.
No, but now we just need to watch out for the finger of death.
Yes. Finger of death. Avoid death. Very important.
Finger pistols. All right, so as you all kind of like come out of your little hovel that you built.
Hey, it was a perfectly good jungle refuse barricade.
Yeah, pretty much. And
Once
it
again,
will-
the trash barrier saves us all.
Yes.
Trash barrier.
You all hear like this like roar, these roars coming,
Nope.
and you're like looking around like, what the hell was that? And you kind of see everybody make a perception check.
Oh, butts.
Oh dear.
Perception. +4.
Oh,
That's a
Freak is
God.
that?
19.
Lasers.
Natural 20, I think.
Hey,
No,
nice.
wait, no. Yeah, natural 20.
Yeah, that's what's
Nice. I'm sorry, there should not be lasers right now.
Lasers.
I don't know why. Oh god, stop. Small arms. No,
20.
bad.
Gidget did say she wanted lasers.
It's true. You're welcome.
Yay!
Holy shit, that's loud.
Perception check, brother
There we
clerk.
go.
Oh god. So many sounds.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm turning them off.
No, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. I just thought it was funny.
15.
Alright, so as you all kind of look around, you see this lizard-like creature kind of like run out of the brush and make this like Godzilla noise.
Oh no.
And this is what it looks like.
I don't want to see what it looks like.
If that's
No.
What is
God, this
it?
is
It's gonna be some sort of
horrible.
awful. What? Yeah.
Hmm.
Can
I just fight like something cute?
I mean, you can if you want. But you see it like running around
Probably
like
the most dangerous stuff.
you see it running around out in the outskirts, almost as if it's kind of like just gone crazy and is like doesn't understand where it's at. And you see that it's got like it's covered. It has some like of the pink spores and stuff in its whiskers and in its like back spikes. And you can see that there's like some stuck to its face, and it's just like looking around and just like and just like attacking like foliage and just like running around, and then you just see it run off into the distance, and you could still hear like the growling and the craziness.
So, yay. That also means that other creatures are probably
well.
losing their freaking minds right now, so maybe we should move.
You'd think native flora and fauna would be smart enough to get out of the way of that kind of
You
thing.
mean like the fucking monkeys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Maybe the
that thing
monkeys are
literally has a
smarter.
lizard brain, so probably not.
Well,
That was
I
really
know
bad,
Smart
I'm
people
sorry.
with lizard brains. What are you talking? You're lucky
didn't-
that there's not Vesk here. That
It
beat the
didn't
shit out of
cover
you.
it didn't cover its mouth or maintain a 6 feet distance
Oh,
from the
God.
pink tufts.
It got forest COVID. Yeah.
Oof.
All right. So you see this run by, and some of you recognize it as a Rencrata, which is like a native creature of Castrovel. And you can see that the spores have begun germinating on its body and burrowing into its soft tissue on its like skin.
Nope.
And it's just reckless and running around and like running into things before it just runs off. And then you all are free to go ahead and continue exploring.
We need to go. And maybe if we see more crazed animals, we put them out of their misery, because that was bad.
Yeah, reasonable.
I was gonna say Brother Clark hasn't been able to shoot anything recently, so
Yeah, he's probably
it's been a whole
itching.
like 8 hours and he hasn't shot anything. He's
He's
really
itching.
getting like
Yeah,
He's getting
yeah.
antsy with that trigger.
Oh god.
he's itching. He needs to go.
Sniper.
Well, I think we all
like
blow the
deciding
clay.
between like an azimuth and a
Blow the head off
semi-auto and
anything.
a stun gun. He's just like, no.
Stun guns are
No.
non-lethal. Why would you do that?
Sometimes
Torture
you
it
gotta bring them
later.
alive. Yep.
Oh
mean,
God!
Oh god.
all right. So go ahead and make an orienteering check for today.
But
And
you
we'll
say, "Oh
see.
God, I'm an operative for the Church of Triune."
Yeah,
Sometimes it's
yeah,
necessary.
yeah.
Sometimes.
27 totals.
Good.
All right. Yeah.
Ooh.
So easy enough. You start heading into the wind because you remember from yesterday that that's where you needed to head. And so now, since the wind is still really strong from the mold storm today, you continue to head in that direction, and it's easy enough. You get your bearings pretty fast, and you continue to head in this direction. And just as you start on, and I'd say like a couple of hours into your travel on this day, you reach a break in the tree line, and you see this statue off in the
statue.
distance.
The plague statue. Oh, that looks way nicer than I thought it would be.
Suspicious. Perception. I'm gonna like focus on its hand. Can I see anything up there?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Right? It's like lying down.
14.
So you look up at its hand, and it's kind of hard to see from this distance. The hand does look to be like kind of like just offering up to like the heavens, and you get a sense that maybe there's something up there, but from here it just looks like a statue. It doesn't look like there's anything in the hand from this angle, but it's really hard to get a read on it from this far out, because you all are probably about, I'd say, like 300 feet away. Off, and you're just now reaching the edge of the jungle and this big clearing of this structure.
Brother Click, do you have some sort of zoom ability where you can like look at objects that are really far?
I don't even hit a scope of
I
some
mean,
kind.
it's attached to it. I mean, yes, but
Go Gadget Eye! Wow!
Well,
Crazy abilities,
no.
dude.
I can see, I think, 250 feet with the Sheeran rifle. Oh God, where is it? Yes. As long as I don't move, I can hit things 250 feet away. So I assume the zoom must.
Nice.
Nice. Can
So
you
are
check
you-
out the hand of the statue?
I also could send Ava. She has excellent vision.
Even
That's
better. Let's do
If-
that.
As
Let's do
if,
both. I know.
if
I
you
don't want anyone to die. Eh.
if we've leveled up by now, I also picked a feat for her called Enhanced Senses. It mostly works with dark vision, but like,
Yeah.
she gets a +2 insight to perception as well.
Yeah, after the mold storm, everybody,
Yeah.
you all leveled up to level 4. So you're
So
all
yeah, I
level 4
picked
now.
that.
Nice.
So yeah, if you send
Ooh, I'm keen to get
Ava,
into a fight.
Yeah. I send Ava,
take
and she
me
has a,
with the rifle as well, and just
yeah, I can send Ava ahead, and she has the
Follow
camera,
her
so
in.
we can see everything that she sees.
Nice.
Okay. And Clerk, you could go ahead and make a perception check just while you're watching Ava. So as Ava like flies up to the hand, Fidget, you see on the live cam that's attached to Ava, you see that on top of the palm there's like a little like circle carved out that looks almost, it's kind of similar to like, I don't know, like the Statue of Liberty has that little railing up on the torch that you could go walk around. It's like that. It's just like a little circle where it looks like you could go up and just stand. It looks like a little area where somebody could be. And then as Ava like flies a little bit closer, you see like a little doorway that leads down into the arm with stairs going down the arm. But that's about as much as you can get out unless you want to send Ava deeper or.
I guess I can't. Like, how far off is she now?
So that's about 350 feet away.
Yeah, I don't think. Ooh, I have to remember how far how far the distance is, because there's a different distance. Like same with familiars, there's a distance of how long
Gotcha,
I consider
gotcha.
away. So I might have been reaching like. I
The
think
peak.
I just have to call her back right now because.
Okay. Yeah, because you all are still pretty far off from the statue.
Yeah.
Um,
What do I spot with a 29?
so the trees are very thin, and there's a broad clearing centered on an immense stone statue of a reclining elf whose skin bears dozens of raised markings, like it looks like welts that you can see on the statue when you're zoomed in. And this figure, this elven figure, rests on one like elbow, kind of like partially buried beneath the stone like floor, while extending its other hand up towards the sky. The elf has very simple robe and hair that's both sculpted in a heavily weathered metal that has corroded entirely. So it's got like a copper hue to it. But it's very corroded over the several years. Numerous crumbling outbuildings ring the clearing where only moss and a few stubborn, stunted trees grow. So it looks fairly open out in this little plaza. It looks almost like a plaza area. And a lot of what you imagine would have been the buildings are now crumbled and just like remnants of the structures that they used to be.
So Zahn's notes said this, and then what was the next one?
The temple is after this, I think.
Yeah, the
the
temple.
actual.
So we just need to know we're on the right path.
Wait,
Yes.
the temple, the city.
So
And
if
the
you,
stairs.
yeah, in Hawkwind Zahn's notes, you pull them back up and you look at them and you see the Plague Warden entry, and then you see the Forsaken City is the next entry.
Okay.
And it reads, "The city in the foothills is a forest of small pyramids overgrown with vines. As with the funerary monuments of lost Osirian, it might be this was not a place of the living, but a realm of the dead. Initial excavations uncovered multiple stone tiers of fine architecture, displaying skill truly more advanced than the builder's primitive contemporaries." So that is the Forgotten City, which
The
is the
next
next
That's the next step.
stop. Yeah.
So, I mean, not to be a paranoid Nelly or anything, but maybe we should just not be near this thing, and because Zix saw bad.
Very bad.
Very
mean-
I
bad.
tend to trust when Zix sees bad. That
yeah.
usually means that bad be.
Yeah, so
We
maybe
need
we
this
just.
to
Good.
orient where we're going, but
Yeah, I think that's
But I
about
think we
all we
could
should
give
do.
it a
It's a shame. I
wide
did want to live over.
berth. Like, just.
I mean, what time of day is it? Are we?
It's still relatively early. I'd say it's around noon-ish, because you woke up. It took a couple hours for the storm to pass, and then it took you a couple hours of traveling. So it's maybe like a little past noon, like 2 o'clock-ish, 2 or 3
Okay.
in the afternoon.
Yeah, I feel like, Brother Clerk, if you can orient from here, or not near the statue, that'd be great and super convenient.
I can certainly try. I mean, I imagine it wouldn't hurt for me and Bells to sneak forward and get a closer look. Not close as in there, but closer as in.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if you'd like to, you guys can go ahead on down. Like right now, you're just at the edge of this clearing, and you see, like, it's not too steep of a hill, but it's like a hillside, and then you come to these outer buildings that are like these crumbled structures, and then it goes on to the statue in the middle of this plaza. So I mean, if you'd like to go on and scout ahead, that's
Yeah, I'm happy
completely
to
up to you.
sneak around with you.
Lots of like,
Okay.
you need to get low. You need to spread out. If fire starts coming in, just run until you hit solid cover. Don't stop. Don't hit the deck. If something comes in, just run.
So I'll go ahead and move
Get
you all
I get
over.
you.
If
So-
I were them, I will
Took
shoot
you.
whoever slows down.
Oh god, okay.
Okay.
Cool. So I'm doing
Yeah, so- You
Health
all are
checks.
up here.
And this is
and-
post level up.
Yeah, so this is at the base. Like all of you had traveled down, so now you're at where essentially this plaza is just starting. You're at these outcropped buildings,
Okay.
and there's a lot of cover here with these buildings on either side. You can kind of see. So as you all run, or well, not run, but walk down here, you see that these buildings have been reduced from untold ages to low walls and buried foundations, with only a few fragmented walls standing more than 4 feet high. The more complete structures have trapped millennia of sediment and runoff, forming a spongy floor of silt and moss. So most of this ground is covered in moss, but you can kind of feel stone underneath as your footfalls hit the ground. So most of it is low walls. However, out here where you all are, these are about maybe 4 feet high walls of structures that had collapsed over several years of just natural decay.
Mm,
Um,
goopy ground.
yeah, if you two are moving ahead, I'm gonna look at the rest and say maybe we should spread out and take cover behind the walls if someone is gonna try to shoot at us. So I will
All right.
move. I'll
So
actually.
yeah, y'all can freely move and go ahead and make stealth checks if you're
Okay.
moving stealthily. If not, don't have to.
+7.
Completely up to you.
You can make a move normally.
You can make a move normally check by
Okay.
doing nothing at all.
Yep.
Nice. Hell yeah.
23.
Ava is bad at stealth, so
8.
she's gonna go on fidget shoulders.
Nice. 22 stealth for Bells.
24
14.
for Clark.
All right.
She just-
Right, so we want to take up the front, I guess. So is it the stuff that
Yeah,
looks like walls
just
on
to
the
do the
map
scouting.
are the...
Yeah, the stuff that looks like
Yeah.
I couldn't get a real high res image because this is such a huge map. Like every black square is actually 10 feet by 10 feet.
Whoa.
So there's actually
Oh, wow.
4 individual squares in that.
Yeah.
So it is a ginormous plaza that you all are in.
Okay.
Huge.
Sniper rifle was the right choice.
Mhm.
So yeah, so just feel free. And the stealth checks, let me just get this real quick. Okay, so 14. That. And what was the okay, and Zix, you got an 8, or was there anything else?
Yep.
Just an 8? Okay.
Jeez.
Yep, I'm a
Yep.
bright purple ball.
All right.
Stomping around.
So I'm gonna have everybody make perception checks as you all are kind of keeping a watch out, and especially Bells and Brother Clerk, as you all move forward and kind of start trailblazing ahead to get a path forward.
Whiz open.
17.
Oh,
11.
Oh.
Ooh.
30.
Perception.
A critical. And also...
Yeah, that'll do. Well, you do the looking for the both of us. I only got 9.
All right. Oh, man. All right. So as you are like looking around, Brother Clerk, you see that as you're making your way more into these somewhat inner buildings, you see this, I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell. This area out here, let me uncover it some more for you. And since you're getting that way,
Are we
No.
heading at like the side of this thing so it's facing us, or are we like near its feet? Like,
yeah,
what
so
end
let
are
me,
we-
I'll show you where the statue kind of is right near.
Okay.
So there's the statue, you could kind of see its legs and stuff.
Ah.
And there's that. I have to be careful with this because things. Okay. So yeah. Um, so the statue itself is southeast of where you are, down here. And let me just pan over to Boop. Okay. Okay. All right. So sorry. I'm trying to get all these hidden things. All right, Bells. You see a bunch of moss and like dirty buildings, and you're just like, oh man, this is kind of sad and gross. Brother Clerk, you are like looking up in the air, and you kind of see this, like, you're not sure if it's leftover spores or what it is, but you see these like weird like changes in the light, like as if something's like glittery, like catching the light at weird angles. Check. Okay. And then the rest of you, let's see. So you all back there in that upper area, you all are looking out into the plaza, but you don't really see much out into the plaza. As you do sort of start to move forward, you see that this broad expanse forms like a plaza of jumbled like paving stones, sort of like how you would cobblestone like a road or something. Shifted by like sinkholes and tree roots. It looks like this has existed for quite some time because the roots are starting to move the stones. So this would take several years, thousands of years maybe, of growth. You see several large pedestals half buried beneath leaves, earth, and detritus throughout the area. And though any statues that once stood on a lot of these pedestals, which would be these square structures here, these are like giant pedestals, sort of like Roman columns, you know.
Okay.
That it looks like maybe there were statues on top of it, some sort of like deity statues. Any statues that once stood on them have since crumbled or have become so fragile that they're no longer existing. And it looks like the times have not been very good to this plaza.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna keep my eyes on the hand, the upraised hand of the statue, just recalling Zix's dream.
Yeah. Okay, let me go to reveal that. Yeah, so that's easy enough. Since Ava was up there, you can see like the hand and kind of the platform that's on the hand. I mean, you can't see the platform because it's like 100 feet in the air,
right.
But you know there's a platform up there.
Okay.
And you do still, I mean, you see the hand up there, you're looking intently. Not really much is changing.
Okay.
That you can tell.
Man, this map is big.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge. I apologize. It is so big.
I'm just saying, like, so much
Like,
room.
I know. I could not find like a good image because it's such a big map. I was like, wait, each square is 10 feet?
That's the maximum range of a sniper rifle we could have.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It is a big map, but I mean, with ranged, with blaster fire and everything.
Yeah.
So, as you all are making your way forward, you let's see, where is? I need Bells.
Mm-hmm.
Can you make a what is it? A reflex save for me?
Oh no.
I would love to. As long as I roll good, I would love to. Yeah, 25, boy.
All right. So as you're like walking, you hear this like, and you see a piece of the stone start to like collapse, and part of the stone wall start to fall over on you. And at first you weren't really paying attention, but then you just like, you hear the of the crumbling, and you like dodge out of the way just in time. But then as you dodge out of the way, you feel something like sticky like hit your neck, and you're like, what is that?
It's so gross.
And as you kind of like thrash around, you become like entangled in this weird like webbing.
Oh god.
Oh
Oh,
no.
Okay, I sort of like I sort of like panic and flail around and stuff, and when I realize I'm getting more and more entangled, that's what
Um,
and
and
I like look around to see if anyone's nearby.
what
um,
happened?
and you'll take you take 11 points of non-lethal damage
Oh, Jesus.
as you get like
Oof,
trapped in
damn,
these
alright.
like sticky like almost acidic like webs that are just kind of like immobilizing you. And then
Okay, coolsies.
and then you see this very weird thing
No.
Oh no. And
appear above
the
you.
tentacle thing.
No.
No.
Let
I'm
me
like
just-
trying
That's
to
probably
fit the
not
map on the
friends, right?
overlay and like.
Yeah.
I know, I'm so sorry.
Oh,
No,
God.
no, you're good. I just was like, oh wow, I am really bad at this because it's.
It's a huge map.
Oh no, it's the blue thing.
No.
All right. Let's see. How big is it?
No.
How big is huge creatures again? Are they 15?
Oh,
Yeah,
Starfinder?
3x3.
Okay.
3x3.
Oh,
Okay.
The-
Jesus.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I had it set for a 10x10, but this map is weird.
Mhm. And it's Starfinder
Bam.
rules, not. Oh God.
So, Bells, you see this tentacled thing start to materialize.
No.
It looks like it was
yes,
floating.
That is huge.
It looks like it was floating about 50 feet above you. And these weird like tendrils that it has, these weird tentacles, have these like strings falling down from it, each individual one. And it's just like wrapped you in this. And I need everybody to roll initiative.
Very reasonable.
No.
I was about to ask.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Ah.
No thanks.
Ah. Ah.
And Bells, you are entangled.
Are,
So,
we, are we in the
Ugh,
order?
that
Is
was
it
a lot of
showing?
poop.
oh wait, I need to start the order. Huzzah!
If only I had good initiative.
That would be nice.
Shit, come on. Why is it not? Okay.
Oh, why is my new?
No.
Let's see, so,
Ugh.
Ugh. Do not like.
I'm tangled. What is it?
Oh, Anthony, you went real quiet for me there.
Oh, sorry. I was just making silly noises.
Oh
Nothing
no,
of
your
value.
audio's still real quiet though.
Oh, really quiet?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Could be your
Bad a
internet
bit.
too. I don't know.
I'm trying to add turn, but it won't let me click the button. It's stupid.
Roll 20
What?
problems.
I know. Okay, I'm just gonna. Oh, stop it.
Yeah, Anthony, you're still quiet. Both you and Julie are kind of stuttering a little bit, so it might be your internet having a moment.
No.
Oh,
I hear you just fine.
Really clearly.
Yeah.
It might.
Oh. Robot.
but
Domo. Domo.
Yeah, I
Go quiet.
can hear you talking, Anthony, in the other room, but I can't hear you on the stream.
what has happened?
Alright, let me roll for the Sky Fisher.
Skyfisher?
Skyfisher.
Oh,
Wait,
We just to be clear, we have leveled up
Yeah.
at this point, so we have
Yes.
access to
Yes.
like our
You
feelings.
have
Okay.
leveled up.
did
That
we
is
lose
correct.
Anthony?
Anthony,
We did, yeah,
He's
because
no longer in Zoom.
it
so,
messed up the
he's
cameras.
yelling. He's yelling 1 second out of the other room.
It's all good.
oh no. Oh no.
I'll wait for him to come back in and see if we can get the cameras to come back, because right now they're real funny. So.
Is this Fisher as in Fisher or Fissure? Because one of those is way worse than the other.
Wouldn't you like to know?
I don't like any.
I mean, what do you think?
I mean, I'm really hoping it's Sher, like it's hooking things with its tentacles, and not it's gonna tear open a wormhole.
Battle music.
All right.
Please be a claw machine and not
I'm gonna roll for blink as well.
Okay.
Where is their initiative?
Oh god, now it flipped. I gotta move everyone around. Hold on.
Oh man, PC. Okay, where the fuck is that?
What initiative?
Yeah, where's it at on the PC sheet? Because found it. I'm done.
Okay.
Now I just
Well, because the NPC sheet is completely different. Like the
Hello?
the creatures.
Hey!
Hello.
Okay, I'm back in the mix. Sorry about that.
Hey!
You did it.
Alright, am I dead? What happened?
So proud of you. Yeah. Well, the battle's over. Turns out everybody's dead. Yay!
Well, shit, it happens, man.
Yeah, that's fine.
There we go. Yay, now I got cameras fixed. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So let's see who's kicking it off. Oops, wrong way. 22. It would be Fidget.
Come on, Fidget.
Yay!
Hopefully the music's not too loud.
You can always turn it down.
I'm
Alright.
gonna move.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Ooh, don't do that. That's bad.
What's my speed? I can
Ooh,
never
don't
remember
do
my
it.
speed. It's 30.
Ooh,
So-
don't do it.
10. And then that's the farthest I can go.
That's it.
So that is a 4-foot wall. If you want to try and like jump over it to save you some movement speed, I'll let you make a check to jump over it. I mean, you
I can
are
try.
probably
Yeah.
4 feet. If you want to, you don't have to. I'm not forcing you. I don't want to force you.
No, like
This
my
is
size
completely
is small.
consensual. This is a consensual
I think
check.
she is smaller than 4 feet.
Probably.
Remember, I don't know how long a foot is.
Um,
I
From
put it
your
in the
wrist to
spreadsheet.
your elbow.
I recorded
Roughly.
But that is,
well, yeah. What?
Roughly.
3 feet? 3 feet is a meter, right?
yeah, 3 meters.
Thereabouts.
Well, it's
Yeah.
like 1.5 meter tall. 1.5
Okay,
meters.
so it's like a bit under her height.
Hmm.
So I think she's gonna go around to save time.
All right, that's fine.
And so I don't have. The range is a bit out, so can I still try with disadvantage?
Yeah, if you want
Yeah.
to.
I
You
don't
try
have a
and
choice.
Shoot it with disadvantage.
Oh yeah,
I don't mind.
I think that's my only option. I just okay, let's. It's not a full attack. I need to try. Yeah. Well, a 10 is not gonna hit, is it?
10 EAC or KAC? Is it energy
It's
or is
laser.
it kinetic? Okay,
Laser.
so no, 10 will not hit. So
No.
10, you fire off your laser and it just goes wide. It's almost too far out for you to actually gauge where this thing is. And the long, spindly tentacles, it's hard for you to get a read on where the body actually is and where the air is. And so you just fire off
Yeah.
a shot and it goes right past it.
And then Ava is going to do the exact same because she has been on my shoulder, so she's also moved and
All right,
it's gonna
go ahead and
Again.
roll for Ava.
disadvantage because she is the same. Oh, 19 and a 21, so it's a 19. Same weapon.
19. Yeah, 19 energy. Yeah, that hits.
Energy, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, she hits. And it's 6 points of damage.
All right, 6 points of any specific damage.
Laser damage?
Laser damage!
Laser.
I don't remember what it's called. It's a laser pistol, so
Fire?
It's fire.
fire?
I'm pretty
Fire.
sure it's fire
I think it's
damage.
burn, yeah.
Dude,
That's
Burn
right.
damage. Okay.
And I need
I
Alright.
want to do laser damage.
Lasers! Ah! So you see
Fire in my
Ava,
head is all.
Ava just like a mounted turret on your shoulder just shoots off and hits one of the tentacles just straight through. All right, is there anything else on your turn?
That's my turn. Unless it's been a while since I've been in a battle. I think that's it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have a swift action if you want to use a swift action. I don't know if you have
No.
any swift abilities.
I don't think so, no.
All right. Alrighty. Next is Blink. Oh God, that's me.
Good luck.
All right. So let's see. What does Blink have?
A laser pistol?
Pew pews.
Beep, beep.
Blink is going to run forward. Holy shit! This is a big map.
Yep.
Yeah.
Blink is going to run up here next to the captain, and is going to come on. There we go. Oh my gosh, I'm lagging. I have too many things open. She's going to spend her action. She's going to reach out and touch Gidget's weapon. And she's just going to, like, you see some energy, like, kind of like transferring from the hand into the weapon. And the next weapon attack, if it hits, it deals an extra 46 damage.
Yeah! Yeah!
So your weapon is supercharged.
Yeah!
And as a swift action, Blink is just going to say, I'm really glad that you're okay, and let's do this.
That's a pretty good blink.
Thanks. I try. I practice in the mirror every day, like
Doing
30 minutes. It's
Sam proud.
really
There
hard.
you go.
All right. So Zix, it is your turn.
It is my turn. Okay. I'm gonna be like, all right, Six, you can do it. I slap myself in the face 6 times, and I like feel that Skittermander blood course through me, and I use the Skittermander ability Hyper, which lets me use 1 extra move action per day. So like I just zoop away really fast. So I zoop 60 feet, like my regular movement and the extra movement action, which puts me just within reach to cast a new spell on that thing I just got from leveling up. I look at it and I'm like, you're a big poop face and you're not taking my friends. And then I open a rift next to me. I reach inside and I pull out this like shimmering purple black whip.
God.
And I whip it, and as I hurl my insult, I whip it at the weird skyfish thingy, and I really hurt its feelings because I cast Ego Whip.
Oh God. What?
I'm not targeting its body, I'm targeting its sense of self.
Six brought its own tentacles to the fight.
Oh, you overwhelm your opponent's
Ah.
ego, diminishing its sense of self, hope, and confidence.
Oh
It
my
takes
God.
a -2 penalty to intelligence, wisdom, and charisma-based checks, its spell save DC, and its will saving throws.
Holy shit.
In addition, it is staggered for the duration. It can make a will saving throw now, and then the duration of the spell is reduced to 1 round. Otherwise, it's 4 rounds.
Holy crap.
What
That
does-
skyfish has never felt so insecure in its entire life before. It's reminded of its teenage years.
So, all right. So I have to make a will
A
saving
will
throw.
Save. Yeah.
And do I have disadvantage or do I have a negative because of the ego whip?
I think not, because it says a successful initial will save. That
Okay.
makes it sound like it's probably not affected yet. I'm not sure. That's the wording of the spell.
All right. The will save is 18. 18 will save.
They will probably save, so it's 2. Yeah, because 16 is my DC, so it
All right.
saves. So it is
So-
only affected for 1 round.
But it's still staggered, and it has disadvantage, or it has
Yes,
all of the
for
things.
Yes, for 1 round, all of the effects apply. Otherwise, it would have been affected for longer.
All right, and it's staggered. Okay.
Jeez.
Yay.
Yes.
All right. When a skyfish comes wrong, you must whip it. Okay, so anything else you want to do on your turn?
Jesus.
Nah, that's it. That's all I got for now.
All right. Brother Clerk, how will you destroy my precious monster that did
it's-
nothing wrong?
Come on, John Wick.
Yeah.
It's
Let's get
it's
some.
it's too
get some
close for the
dubs.
sniper rifle, so I'm gonna have to just like lean that up against the wall. Like this is not gonna work. Swift action, pull the semi-auto pistol the same as always. Because I've used the Swift, I can't do trick attack this round, so I'm just gonna have to shoot it normally.
Oh.
No John Wick. No John Wick this time.
All right.
Attack, no. Does a 21 hit KAC?
Yes.
4
yes, the
piercing.
21 hits. How much damage?
4.
All right. So yeah, you just fire off, easy enough.
There's got to be some flowy, like as he leans the rifle up, that's into the spin to like pull the pistol from like an underarm holster. There's like a whole thing.
All right. All right. And you use your swift action. Do you want to move at all?
No, I can trick attack from there. That's fine.
All right. Gidget.
All right. So swift action. I'll pull my gun. I'm gonna move to wherever that was. I think it was right there. So that I at least have eyeballs on a couple people, and then I'm gonna shoot it.
Oh no! Don't do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot it. My supercharged gun. Come on.
But.
18 KAC.
Ooh, that hits.
Yeah!
Supercharged. So you do an extra 4d6.
Fuck yeah, I do.
Shit.
Yeah. So D4 plus 46. Okay. So
4d6, not 46.
no, I know. So that plus
I'm watching you.
9 17 fire damage total.
God damn. All right, so Gidget, you take your blaster out and you aim it steady-handed. Shoot it. You see one of its tentacles you shoot clean off.
Yeah.
And it just like flies off into the wind and it just like floats away. And it looks like it took a lot of damage from that.
Bitches!
All right. Ouch. Oh my god. And it kind of like is like
Thank you, Blake!
no problem. All right. Is there do you have a swift action? Anything else?
That's it.
All right. Now the Skyfisher's turn.
Motherfucker.
So staggered, it can only take a single move or standard action each round, and it can't take reactions. Got it. All right. So it is going to attempt to. It can only take a single action or move. All right. So it is going to try and lasso. No, it is not a full attack. Will you stop it? Roll 20.
Is it?
It is going to
a ranged attack?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, against whom?
Brother Clerk.
Okay, Brother Clerk, you just hear... I'm going to use my reaction. You just hear Gidget yell, "Watch out!" So you get a +4 to your AC.
All right. Well, Brother Clerk, does a 3 hit your AC? So you see this tentacle kind of like float out very gently and like towards Brother Clerk's direction as Gidget yells out. And as Gidget yells out, it kind of like looks up and is like scared and confused because it doesn't want to get another tentacle shot off by this crazy mouse creature. And this like string of web that you can hardly even see, it's very translucent, but it flies like way above your head, Brother Clerk, and you can see now these strings are all throughout the air as if like a bunch of webs coming from these tentacles, as if it's like trying to catch and wrap whoever it can.
Great.
And that's its turn because it can't do anything else.
The only bad
Because
thing
it's
is, Brother
staggered.
Clerk, you go prone.
Ah.
Because you have to duck.
Watch out.
Watch out! You just throw a rock at him and he's like, oh shit!
Sorry.
An amazing ability.
It is. It's amazing. And then you go prone.
Yes, he probably would. Like, if he heard, if someone was like, duck, he just would. Like, he wouldn't ask a question. It's just like, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
On our opponents to make them like not run away or something. Watch out! Oh, they duck. Alright, cool. Easy to catch up to.
All right. Bells, it is your move. You are entangled.
Yes.
So you move at half speed. You cannot run or charge, and you take a -2 penalty to your AC, attack rolls, reflex saves, initiative checks, dexterity, base checks, and ability checks.
That sounds like a lot of garbage.
Yeah, it is.
So I have a question. Will I remain entangled if I become insubstantial?
If you become what?
Insubstantial. I have an ability that makes me insubstantial. It's a spicy word that means I don't have like a physical form.
Incorporeal. Yeah.
Incorporeal. Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
If you do that, yeah, no. I would say
All
no. Insubstantial, if that's the same as like incorporeal, yeah,
essentially.
you'll just like phase through the webs. So yeah.
Excellent. All right, cool. So then I will look at the fisher thing that's got me all wrapped up and look at my friends and I'll be like, nice try, giant fuck, and I will just sort of fall apart into a whole bunch of leaves and disappear.
Oh god, that's awesome.
So yeah, like Bells just sort of looks up and then like all the leaves on his head just fall off, and then all the leaves on his face fall off, and then his clothes sort of disappear, and he just turns into a whole bunch of petals.
Holy shit.
And yeah, I am gone. And that will be my turn.
That's awesome.
All right. Is that your full action? You have to use a full action to do that?
I don't have to do a full action. It's
'Cause
as
you
a
could-
standard, so I can move after.
You can move, yeah, if you'd like.
So I guess what everyone would then see is then this sort of mass of petals that just sort of like go over this little wall here, and then sort of like, I don't know, sort of coalesce like behind the wall, like away from the fissure, but still not really anything. It's just like petals that have just sort of randomly flown about in the wind. But yeah, that'll be my turn.
Is it like a much friendlier version of the spore cloud?
Yeah.
Like, in the show, it'd be the same like camera, like framing, but now it's nice petals that become.
Yeah. It's nice. It's nice and gentle instead of, oh god, if I breathe this, I will explode and die.
It's
All right.
the cherry blossoms thing in Crouching Tiger.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah.
So all of you, well, not all of you, I don't know. Those who can see Bells see him entangled, and then see just like him like look up and like kind of like laugh, and then just like from the head down to your toes, just the petals just they like take off and just kind of start flowing away, and you just kind of like are like smiling like ha. And then
Hell
just
yeah.
double bird, and then
The two-finger defense.
Yep.
I'm out of here.
and then the petals just sort of like, it looks like as if he like has gone invisible, but these petals are sort of like flying with the wind and like still floating in that space, and then they float over the wall and are just kind of like spinning around in this small little like petal like wind tunnel, like wind vortex.
So expressly, the ability I'm using is called Burst of Blossoms.
Nice.
And yeah,
Jeez.
that's what it do.
That's pretty fucking rad.
And yeah, that'll be my turn.
All right. So back at the top, Fidget.
I'm gonna move a bit forward to get closer to the damn thing.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna shoot without the disadvantage because, as far as I know, I'm now within 80 feet. So,
Yay!
yay!
Oh,
Shoot,
disadvantage.
Ava's gonna shoot. Let's just do this quickly. It's not a full attack.
I need this done quickly. Send Ava on the job.
Yep.
Fidget does a 10. Like
That'll
hit.
miss.
Ava,
Does a 37.
11.
Okay.
So both misses.
Thank God.
Well,
And Fidget needs to soon fill up her gun with a new battery.
All right.
Not yet, but soon.
Alrighty. So, oh god, lag. All right. So, as you fire the bolt, the Skyfisher is just very like spindly and very like almost like free moving, that it's really hard to pin down. So you shoot, and then Ava shoots as well, and it kind of throws both of your shots off a little bit.
Hate tentacles.
Is there anything else on your turn?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Alrighty, so now let me. So for Blink, let's see. Sorry, I have to read through all of this nonsense. Okay. Sorry, trying to play a PC and a scary monster is a little difficult. I have to read abilities. Let me just make sure. So, okay.
I hate it when people have abilities.
Oh, it's the worst. I hate it. So, you all hear, like, with this ruckus going on. Come on. Why are you lagging now?
No.
Stop lagging. I'm Draco. Sorry. Sean Connery. Dragonheart. One of my favorite movies. Okay. Brother Clerk, what is your armor class?
KAC or EAC?
KC?
16. I don't know whether it's affected by me being prone, but 16.
All right. It will be affected since you're prone, but you hear this very familiar sound as a sniper shot rings out from the top.
Son of a bitch. Yep.
And you hear this. Wait for it. Come on, Sirenscape. Oh. Did it do it? No, it didn't do it.
Now you're gonna get like 4 in a row.
I know, it's gonna lag and it's gonna be like. Anyway.
We come under machine gun fire.
You hear this, and Brother Clerk, you take 10 points of piercing damage. Oh, wait a second. Let me make sure that that's proper. 13 points of piercing damage. Sorry.
Jesus.
13 points of piercing damage, as even though you are laying prone, the
Yeah.
vantage point that this sniper has is well enough to still hit you, and you all kind of like hear this sniper shot ring out, and Gidget, Zix, everybody who had listened to Zix's like story about her dreams look up to the hand, and you see this blast of light as you see the sound, or as you hear the sound, and you realize that you're now coming under the sniper fire of the same sniper that initiated the Yaruk stampede when you all entered the jungle. And we'll see you next time.
Ah!
The cliffhangers!
Cliffhangers!
Every time.
Every time. He gets us every time.
You
God
know.
damn
We say
it.
to the god of death.
Yep.
Today,
Later.
actually, please, I'm done. Take me.
I have had enough.
My body is ready. Fuck this jungle.
Yeah, man, this jungle.
trying
Everything
to
wants to
kill
kill
us.
you. And
Level
everything that doesn't want to
4.
kill you wants to eat you.
Yeah, level 4.
Level 4
Yeah.
abilities. I'm
Woo.
excited.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that we leveled up before I got
I
entangled, so I
know.
could have that ability
That's
that says,
pretty
you know what?
cool.
I'm
So
out
cool.
of here. Goodbye. I've
That
had
is
enough.
That was
such
awesome.
a
Oh
roguish
my
ability.
God.
Yeah, dude.
We've leveled up now. We just have to
Leveled
survive
up.
until
Now
we
we
can
have to
shop
survive.
again.
I know.
Yeah, good thing we leveled up. Literally needed that exact ability. Otherwise, I'd have been like, well, axe, I guess.
So we've got one more Starfinder game this month. Is that correct? Someone help me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
And then we have a special level 20 one shot with the OG crew.
Man, I have to go back to being a good boy.
You have
Fuck.
to be up. Sorry.
Aw.
Sorry about that.
I hate it.
We have our Pathfinder game every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, and that is with our Emerald Endings crew. So they'll be coming up on their third game this week. So if you want to jump into a brand new Pathfinder 2e campaign, both games are on our Twitch channel. We've got more Slam Vanners that we're going to be doing this month for Monster of the Week. We're recording a new one tomorrow, so I've got a new one that I'll put up here sometime this week, and lots of other things going on. So we tweet out at terrible_party that you see in the top right-hand corner there. We tweet out when things go live. Some of them are highly unplanned. We just do it when we can. So that stuff sometimes happens, and then sometimes the games are scheduled. I don't know. I don't know
Just
anymore.
throw the games in there when you can.
We just make them happen when we can. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Unless anyone has anything, I think we'll call it here then.
Yeah.
The next Starfinder, because of our 20th level and our
Yes.
anniversary,
Yes.
is actually September 5th.
September. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So September
Okay.
5th will be where we pick up this battle.
Oh God.
But yeah, so next, as Hallie said, we have the anniversary, which is crazy, and
3 years. Yeah.
3 years.
and the 20th level one shot.
Woo.
So
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, other than that, I mean, just want to say be safe. Watch out for the Sarkelian mold out there. Be sure to cover your face. The spores won't actually get in if you fully cover your nose and mouth, since it is a respiratory disease.
Unless you don't breathe, then you're fine.
Yeah. And you androids out there watching, I mean, you don't really have to worry about it. I would still do it to make the other species feel a bit more comfortable, so that they're not like, you don't want to be made fun of, or, have sticks
Blade
thrown
run.
at you. Yeah, blade run. And besides that,
That is a good idea. You see anyone not doing it, throw sticks at them.
just throw sticks at them.
Use them as pigs.
Stay safe.
Oh my gosh.
And don't forget to love each other. So
That's right.
we'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.